bring their backs. There's just too many unknowns. And then, of course, we have the doctor that allegedly delivered Lily to practice 2 weeks after giving birth to Lily, or delivering Lily. That sentence there is missing.
I provided any evidence for that highly incendiary claim. Chance to. After all, that 6 hours of builds on Netflix, crashing Britain and the press for its racism.
William doubles down. According to multiple sources, now a matter of when, not if, he strips Prince Harry and Meghan Markle the royal title.
Out of nowhere, a wild just dropped, and it's shaking up the royal circle in a big way. People can't stop talking, and the buzz is by the second. Reports are flying around claiming Prince William stumbled across a secret file, and what's inside is raising some serious doubts about Meghan Markle's past. This isn't the usual royal gossip people brush off and forget. This one feels different, like something way deeper is hiding beneath the surface. Insiders' discovery hit much harder than anyone expected, with Meghan caught off guard in the moment. And reactions like that don't just come out of nowhere. Everyone asking, what was actually uncovered, and why is it coming out now? The mystery behind this situation is pulling people in fast, and the questions keep stacking up. Could this connect to hidden family history, long-buried ties, or something nobody even imagined?
Why would they use a title for their children that represents an institution they loathe so?
Either Archie or Lily. It needs to happen. They need to prove that those children, Meghan and Harry, are not entitled to privacy in this matter. And their privacy is trumped by our right to know that no is going to sit on the throne of this country.
Every new detail just makes things feel more intense and harder to ignore. This is turning into a situation people look away from, and the spotlight is getting brighter. Buckingham Palace an announcement, and it didn't just make headlines. It exploded everywhere. The mail came off polished but cold, confirming that William, by the Crown and the Privy Council, turned down a prize and me bride small times DNA report sent over by Prince Harry. That was everything once and for all, especially questions around Archie Harrison Windsor's place in royal records. But instead of calming things down, it did the exact opposite and cranked way up. The palace, the door on it, they slammed it shut, flipping like a peace move into a full-on royal clash. The reaction sent a chill through the monarchy, setting up a standoff nobody expected to see.
Now they want to give them the titles of Prince family. They live in Montecito and use their own royalty.
Harry and Meghan playing games that resulted in people unnecessarily questioning things. Again, every toxicity thing is result of them.
This clearly wasn't just about paperwork or some quiet disagreement anymore. It turned into a strong display of royal authority. Prince William making it clear that anything connected to royal lineage through official channels under the Crown's control. In simple terms, he's not private at all. He's calling for a whole new process handled by trusted UK officials. This situation way beyond something personal and into something bigger and more intense. What started as a private family issue has now blown up in way bigger, touching protocol, legacy, and control inside the monarchy. Now the focus isn't on rumors anymore, it's about heritage, reputation, and what comes next for the royal line. The pressure is rising fast, and questions are spreading across royal circles. People try to figure out how things got this intense so quickly.
That it just really kind of boggles the mind. I mean, just for titles, for example. So when Archie was first born, they didn't want him to have a title. He was going to be a private citizen. Bravo, you understand. He's not going to be a working member of the royal family. He is going to have a normal life, get a normal job. That is fantastic. And then later in the Oprah Winfrey interview, well, they denied him a title and security because he is an mixed-race child. And then it was kind of like...
The videos of conspiracy theorists, they're calling it Megs, and they're being subjected to yet more merciless ridicule.
Fewer mean there is less chance for a degenerate like Prince Andrew, now called Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, to slip through. Which means, as I previously reported, Harry and Meghan will lose their titles, as well as Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie.
It all traces back to a major moment when Prince Harry's legal team detailed to Clarence House, laying out their case from to bottom. What was supposed to fix everything actually opened the deepest crack yet. In the Windsor story, This wasn't paperwork. It came loaded with evidence meant to shut down every doubt, and the narrative pages presented as proof include a paternity test from a US lab, a sworn statement from Meghan about timeline, medical records, and even a notarized note to a London hospital. Every single page was built to look strong, clear, and convincing. The goal couldn't be more obvious: bring Archie and Albert back into official royal standing.
This case about the birth was real, whether you think there was whether you think Meghan was wearing a moon. The fact is, Harry and Meghan lied, and Palace lied on their behalf. The cover-up over the birth.
Meghan's Netflix series, For the World This Morning, is packed with revelations, rehashed old revelations with a new twist. As it turns out, we've all along, Britain is a new racist hellhole where only Magnificent stood up to all of them, the world's biggest.
This crisis won't die down until the irrefutable truth comes out.
After years of distance, Harry was making a serious push to restore and secure recognition and protection for his children, turning this into a high-stakes moment that nobody inside the royal circle can ignore. Again, insiders isn't just overnight, been building for a while, especially as life outside the royal system keeps getting more complicated. But that file in Prince William's hands, the reaction was far from welcoming. It was just calm, sharp, and extremely firm, the kind of clear message without needing to raise a voice. Reports claim he quickly brought in senior advisors to go through everything by piece. Legal experts, trusted officials, and royal insiders all locked in, protecting long-standing protocols, keeping control of the situation.
A lot of the royal watchers were complaining that they felt like her posts on social media where she's taunting the king, who doesn't know these children, and how fair this is.
They invited all the royals to Lilibet's Christmas decline to come, as if they get on a plane in California to embrace the people who've been for 3 years. But it looks the drum invited.
Harry and Meghan Markle's surrogacy scandal has entered the mainstream media domain.
Not long after, a firm response was sent out, an immediate pause on it about reinstatement. The reason given to alleged inconsistencies in them, raising more questions instead of clearing things up, since the quiet review had started spreading, with whispers hinting at deeper concerns that still haven't been fully explained. Sources claim the documents were a confusing mix of contradictions, enough people stop twice at how everything was handled. One of the first issues involves a detailed review of Meg's pregnancy photos, which palace teams reportedly very closely. According to insiders, analysts studied multiple images from early 2019, even comparing a pic taken on day in one set, trying to spot that did add up. A baby bump more pronounced in some, yet in photos taken just hours later, it seemed different in shape and under nearly identical conditions.
Are very likely to be messed up, growing up with such messed up parents who are using them in such a mucked up manner. So that's the first thing I would say. The thing I would say on the titles is that I think what's acutely aware of, and this is certainly my reporting, is that look at what happened when you allowed to run rampant for so many years, chasing the cat.
That sudden shift by unnoticed. It quickly turned into a serious talk behind reports. Internal reviewers went using visual analysis tools to see the images from different angles and compare structure and appearance. But instead of getting answers, their findings only raised more questions, sparking intense discussion among those reviewing the material. It's pushed ongoing speculation even further, with some people's timelines and specific details surrounding the pregnancy. At the same time, another major issue came up: the lack of publicly confirmed medical documentation from official royal physicians, something that had been past royal births. That absence didn't calm any down. It only added more pressure and kept curiosity rising.
As of the conduct of a chief and her husband is entirely unnecessary and should be cleared up. There's no justifiable reason why the British public should have to with a doubtful situation. It's been generally practiced since 1688 that all royal births, no question as to the entitlement of an infant to his or her place in the...
They decide, okay, well, you know, we have to come out and like show the baby in some way, but we're not coming out to the street with the filthy man have anything to do with our kid. So then they show up and there's Meghan in her white dress with Harry, and he's holding this completely still baby.
To make things even more confusing, reportedly no discharge rolled in the usual public system, and nothing documented in royal archives, leaving a situation that feels more tangled where it's examined. According to long-standing royal births are usually backed by formal confirmation from appointed medical officials. So when paperwork seems to be missing, it instantly raises eyebrows about protocol. The silence didn't go unnoticed either, even if it was brushed off for years as nothing relation. Now those same gaps are looked at way more seriously. What once sounded like rumors is suddenly being treated like in royal procedure. It alone is enough to turn heads fast and pull even more attention into the situation. Then came another twist that really got people talking. The birth certificate. Reports say Archie's certificate was updated weeks after it was first recorded, and that one change triggered a fresh wave of curiosity. The edit replaced Meghan's name with her royal title in the mother section, a move that stood out to many who close attention.
Even if Harry and Meghan right now are earning their own money, that well is drying up. You've got to take the ability to damage the royal family in the future away, and you've got to do that now. You've got to do it swiftly.
Yeah, nobody set out to destroy you. You destroyed yourselves in this country with your ludicrous, critical. Truth be told, what she just did by the British media and the royal family that banned it. That's the...
While her team explained its standard requests, were quick to point out similar weren't made in other royal records. That detail, small as it may seem, grabbed serious attention and pushed officials to take a closer look at it. And just when it felt like things couldn't get any more intense, a whole new angle started to surface, adding even more pressure to an already heated situation. This time, the spotlight shifted. Claims brought a whole new level of tension. A reported by cybersecurity specialists linked to palace operations allegedly uncovered a strange detail that got people talking fast. According to those claims, just days before his birth, a $499 transfer showed up label.
And Meghan just thinks it's too wonderful to be out of it, and she will win. Take it if she doesn't get her title. I don't know, it's very hard to lose your title. But I do really hope it's taken away. I mean, she's complained for over 6 years now what a terrible time she had. She was nearly to kill herself. She didn't want to live. Then what's she trying to get in there somewhere? Nobody wants her. She's not to listen to anything she's been told.
RQBSL LLC. The payment to a private medical facility known for its strict privacy services, which instantly raised eyebrows. That detail didn't questions, it completely changed the tone of the review. What once looked like small inconsistencies suddenly started to feel like pieces of a much bigger puzzle coming together. Now, insiders suggest the focus isn't only on documents, it's also about tracing financial activity tied to timeline. The transaction reportedly included encrypted references to a non-disclosure agreement linked to a third party, and that discovery grew quickly. Some claims suggest it point to a confidential arrangement. If that's true, a whole new layer to an already complicated situation.
So you can't really come into the Buckingham Palace and say, look, if you're doing any work, and if you don't, because that's not going to be a way that Harry doesn't mind that, which is extraordinary, but it's not a way to do that. Going to school and you leave them there with a title, Prince and Princess, they get bullied.
No longer was safely delivered of a son, and her child are well. So back to the tradition of putting out a framed bulletin or a gilded easel outside Buckingham Palace after births has been going on, so it's a cool tradition. And George, Charlotte, and Louis' easels listed the names, birth weight, and time, and referenced the royal family.
The conversation behind doors is heating up fast, and the pressure keeps building. And this is where things get even more serious, because questions around long-standing royal rules again, pushing the stakes higher than before. There are long-standing rules about how royal lineage is officially recognized, and any uncertainty around that carries serious weight. If those standards were ever challenged, it wouldn't be some minor issue. It'd leave a lasting impact across the entire royal system. But the mystery didn't, it only got deeper. The DNA test itself quickly became a major part of the controversy, pulling even more at the situation. The analysis was reportedly done by a small private lab in California, and almost right away, questions started popping up at how the samples were handled. Instead of a tightly controlled process, claims suggest the unofficial channels, which raised concerns about how reliable the results could really be. It wasn't it either, because more reports pointed out that the lab wasn't recognized by key UK authorities or major international standards for legal testing.
And if she wants to do anything politically in America with her, isn't it? She can't do the title, so what's she worried about? Just drop out, but she won't, because she's so determined to get her own back. And that it needs someone strong like William who's absolutely through.
I absolutely agree.
That lack of accreditation made the entire result look questionable in the eyes of palace reviewers, especially with tensions already running high. The situation only grew more complicated when new details surfaced, actually the submission.
The breaking royal celebrity Markle has changed her name on her certificate. On birth certificate on May 17, 2019, the Duchess gave her name as Rachel Meghan, Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Sussex. That's quite a name.
To an already intense and closely watched situation. The process was reportedly handled by a US-based attorney known for family-related cases, not matters connected to royal protocol. That alone raised eyebrows among insiders, with many questioning whether this approach matched the seriousness of what was being presented. Then came a major twist that shook everything up, a leaked email that sent shockwaves through both legal and royal circles. The message reportedly included a line that grabbed attention. "We need optics, not science." Those words spread fast and hit hard, adding even more pressure to already full of unanswered questions. Of the email, he made things more intense, instructed Hall's team, the California lab did results, look for to quickly validate the findings on paper. And, the most shocking part, the message suggested the report to be perfect, just convincing appearance. It ended with the line, "The palace will only see the documents when questioned," which raised serious concerns among those following the situation closely. Hall did not deny the email, but claimed it was taken out of context. Still, by that point, the impact had already landed hard inside Buckingham Palace, and the tension kept building. That message raised serious concerns, people seeing it as to shape perception instead of focusing on accuracy. And just things already complicated, a new timeline that made it even more confusing. Records reportedly showed a DNA sample being flown from Los Angeles to London, while at the exact same time, a matching sample was sent to Zurich, Switzerland. That alone questioning what was really going on behind the scenes. But here's where it got even stranger. The Swiss lab reportedly never completed any testing because of payment issues. That sparked fresh theories among insiders, with some believing it pointed to a possible backup plan in case the first results didn't hold up. Now, instead of clearing anything up, each new piece of information is adding more layers and making the situation harder to ignore. The story took another turn when leaked from the Zurich lab reportedly labeled the sample as practice only, suggesting no official process was ever completed. One insider described the entire situation as looking like a game of smoke and mirrors. Comment spread fast and more into an already situation. At this point, it didn't feel like a standard route anymore. It started looking like something far more layered and confusing. Buckingham Palace reportedly shifted its entire approach, treating the situation as a serious internal matter of just another routine review. As tensions reached a peak, William had a move that was off guard. He reportedly a little-known body called the Royal Colonial Ethics and Continuity, RL. This group, created decades ago, was designed as a safeguard for moments when questions about royal lineage come into play. But until now, it stayed completely out of view. For the first time in years, its full panel was reportedly brought together, and that alone raised the stakes instantly. The group is to include senior legal figures, historians, and trusted royal advisors, all focused on reviewing one key issue, the official statute and Lilibet. Their role goes far beyond simple verification, tradition, protocol, and even the future direction of the royal line itself. This isn't just science anymore. It's about something much deeper. It touches on trust, legacy, and how royal tradition holds up in where details can be questioned so easily, making this one of the most intense and closely watched moments inside the monarchy. Reports claim RLEE has already requested full every version of the children's birth records, and that's only the beginning of this deep review. The probe is said to be going much further than it did, pulling in travel timelines, internal documents, and even financial data connected to earlier claims. Insiders suggest the level of detail being examined is unlike seen in recent royal matters, turning this the most closely watched internal reviews in years. The pressure is building fast, and every new layer adds more intensity to an already serious. If the commission were to certain standards were fully met, the outcome could major. It could impact official records, public roles, and even how future royal matters are handled moving forward. The ripple behind palace walls, it could shift traditions in a way. And beyond, there's another layer, adding even more pressure. Questions tied to inheritance and long-term family arrangements are now a conversation. With everything under review, even those areas are closely stacking top of an already tense and fast-moving situation. Already intense situation. Reports suggest Prince William has held private talks with the trustees of Princess Diana's fund, valued at £22 million, about placing the Sussex children's share on hold until the review is complete. That move alone has pushed tensions to a whole new level, turning what seemed like an inquiry into a high-stakes family and financial situation. If true, this would block any immediate access to funds, adding serious pressure and raising the stakes even higher. Claims that Prince Harry sees the plea unfair, considering the personal meaning tied to that legacy. According to insiders, he has expressed frustration, believing the situation goes against what his mother would have wanted. One reported quote now making rounds says, "Diana would never have let concerns outweigh her love for her grandkids. She believed in hearts, not birth certificates." Those words have swung a strong emotional layer to everything unfolding. Meanwhile, palace voices are setting a firm line, framing this entire situation as a matter of responsibility rather than making it clear that protocol and long-standing rules are taking priority that continues to rise. The focus, according to those process, is on the state until everything is fully resolved, and that's keeping the pressure high with no clear outcome in sight. This financial freeze is now being seen as part of a much bigger strategy unfolding behind palace walls. As Prince William over how this situation is handled, another major figure is stepping into the spotlight, King Charles III himself. Reports claim, and by the late last year, has now been brought forward at William's request, and that document is said to be serious weight. Insiders suggest it could play a key role in shaping what happens next, adding even more into an already complicated situation. Center of it all is one powerful line reportedly tied to the memo, "Sussex children and the threshold of trust," and that phrase alone has sparked major discussion among royal watchers. The memo, under high-level security, reported internal concerns were raised about timeline details. Some believe it may include from the king on how situations like this should be handled, especially when it comes to official recognition and long-standing royal standard, raising the stakes even higher. Sources say King Charles for a tough position, balancing family ties with royal responsibility, and it wasn't an easy call to make. In the end, reports say he backed a more structured approach, signaling clear confidence in Prince William's handling of the situation. If accurate, that decision marks a noticeable shift in duty and protocol front and center. Everything continues to unfold. But the Sussex side didn't stay quiet for long, and the response came in strong. Reports say Meghan Markle's legal team fired back with a bold move, filing a counteraction in the High Court. The claim pushed back hard, accusing senior officials of overstepping, calling the intuition a lineage inquiry too far. The tone was firm and direct, framing this an issue that's beyond tradition to legal rights. Filings, the argument leans heavily on international law, pointing to the children's dual citizenship and raising serious questions about how far royal authority can actually reach. This shift could take the situation far beyond palace walls, pulling it into wider spotlight and raising the stakes even higher. The legal team also challenged the role of royal systems, arguing they don't have full legal status, another explosive layer to an already intense situation. Any move affecting the children could carry serious consequences, not just symbolically, but as well. To sort their case, the filing reportedly included personal moments and statements meant to be a family narrative. One quoted line in a affidavit added a strong emotional layer to tension, pulling even more eyes into the situation. Meanwhile, the has remained completely silent, and insiders suggest that silence is very intentional, with every move being carefully kept behind the scenes. The royal divan is now cracked wide open, and the tension is impossible to ignore. Reports Princess Anne is firmly backing Prince William, even supporting the idea of a formal review to settle everything once and for all. At the same time, Prince Edward is said to be more cautious, aware that not afford another moment of public uncertainty. Every move now feels heavy, attention and watching closely. Even Queen Camilla, calm in public, is rumoured to have made her clear behind closed doors, saying, "One must stand taller than its scandal," a statement that added more weight to an already intense and fast-moving situation. That quiet statement has only turned up the pressure in an already intense situation. As for Prince Harry, insiders describe deep frustration and clear disappointment, with emotions running high behind the scenes. Reported conversation between the brothers didn't anything. It only showed how far apart they've grown. Now feels wider than ever, both on a personal level and in the public eye. And it's becoming harder to ignore. It as simple questions has now grown into something clash in duty and family, tradition and change. Behind doors, decisions are being carefully shaped, and every move feels like it's the future monarchy. One thing is clear. The outcome of this could leave a lasting mark on the royal institution for years to come. The question hanging over everything now isn't just a DNA. It's about whether the House of Windsor can handle a moment this intense without long damage. Reports' final review, from days of examining records, timelines and testimonies, is now in the hands of just three figures: Prince William, Princess Anne and the Lord High Chancellor, putting the final decision in a very tight circle. The world is now watching closely, waiting for a decision that could the future of them in a major way. Because this outcome isn't just about two children, it reaches into the crown itself. And just as the pressure hits, Meghan Markle is rumoured to preparing a powerful response after staying mostly. Sources claim she has recorded a personal on-camera statement to drop right after the final decision is revealed. Insiders do the video as emotional and direct about her experiences and the intense scrutiny she's faced. One reported line already attention says, "I carried my children, I gave birth to them, and now they're being erased." This isn't about lineage. It's about power, fear, and control. That moment is expected to spark a massive reaction. The project was reportedly handled quietly through an independent outlet, with everything kept tightly controlled until the exact right moment. Behind palace doors, there's already preparing for the fallout. Because once that statement is released, the reaction could be impossible to contain. Whatever comes next, it's clear this situation is reaching a breaking point, and the next move, everything in a way no one can ignore. One thing is clear: the fight over truth, legacy, and the royal image is about to play out in front of the entire world. As attention builds around Meghan's state, the tension is hitting a whole new level. Prince William is also said to be preparing his own response, better in style, but just as powerful, with a sharp focus on duty above everything else. Behind the scenes, reports suggest a draft speech is already in place, centered on lineage and the future direction of the monarchy. Insiders believe this message could play a major role in defining how the crown moves forward, especially once the final decision is made public. The address, said to already have early approval from King Charles, is expected to lay out key findings and make the official stance crystal clear. This isn't just a routine update. It's being described as something that could shape royal status for years to come. Those familiar with the draft say William's tone is calm but firm, carrying a strong sense of responsibility that to ignore. One reported line reads, "This decision was not made with malice. It was made with..." That is already serious buzz, pointing to a leader ready to difficult choices, no matter the reaction. And just nothing else could shock people. A new twist has entered the picture. Reports of a private jet scheduled to land in London, with no confirmed passenger list, have sparked a fresh wave of speculation that's only adding more mystery to an already explosive situation. Now, the big question spreading fast is simple. Who's arriving? And what does it mean for everything about to fold? The mystery is pulling in massive attention. Can't stop relating. A leaked document reportedly shows one adult male, Henry Windsor, traveling with two young dependents on a jet from California. It's instantly grabbing attention is who's not listed. There's no mention of Meghan Markle anywhere flight record. Even more surprising, there's been zero public coordination around this trip. No official security updates, no press coverage at all. The entire journey is wrapped in silence, and palace representatives aren't confirming a single detail, which only adds to the Still, whispers are growing louder that Prince Harry could be heading back to the UK with Archie and Elizabeth right by his side. If that turns true, it's a huge move. One either ease tensions, everything right to the edge. Some believe it's a deeply personal step, an attempt to show his children's place in the family through real presence in paperwork. According to circulating reports, the goal may be directly to King Charles himself, a moment being described as both emotional and bold, but not everyone sees it as a solution. Other than this could raise the stakes even higher and possibly trigger an even more intense confrontation behind doors. And with so much happening out of public view, some insiders believe this could also be a strategic distraction, because in royal matters, nothing is ever as simple as it's from the outside. The tension right now feels unreal. Media crews have flooded the area, cameras rolling non-stop, all waiting for what could turn into one of the biggest royal moments in years. Headlines are already everywhere, with phrases like "royal verdict imminent" and "children in limbo" spreading attention. Public opinion is completely divided, with strong views on both sides. Some see Meghan Markle as a modern mother, pressure from long-standing, while others view Prince William as standing firm to the monarchy ability at all costs. Both sides are gaining serious support and debate is getting louder by the minute. Right in the middle stands Prince Harry, caught in family and duty, reports facing a situation where every move matters, while his relationship with his brother remains under heavy strain. If the decision goes in favor of could mark a major shift for the monarchy and possibly reshaping how royal status is viewed in today's world. But if it goes the other way, the impact is just as powerful, redefine roles, titles, and future involvement in royal life, leaving a lasting mark on institution moves forward. Now everything comes down to this next moment, and the pressure couldn't be higher. Behind palace doors, final discussions are said to be reaching their breaking point, with every detail being weighed carefully before anything is made public. Insiders claim the atmosphere controlled, with no room for error as the monarchy prepares to face global reaction. Every move now feels calculated, knowing that, as announced, will instantly cross the world. There's growing talk that it could be a chain reaction no one can fully predict. From public response to internal shifts, this moment could reshape more than just one. It could redefine how the royal system handles challenges moving forward. At the center of it all remains one key question: country and modern reality, any balance under this pressure.